Even in Washington, D.C.'s long and complicated history of suffrage, June 1st, 1857 was a low point. That election day, violent gangs roamed D.C., attacking Irish, German, and other suspected immigrant voters in line at the polling stations near Mount Vernon Square and Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest. Dozens of rioters, armed with a large blacksmith sledge, a horse pistol, revolvers, Bowie knives, a large billet of oak wood, overwhelmed the small D.C. police department. Washington Mayor William Magruder begged President James Buchanan to restore order. The stage was set for a deadly confrontation between rioters and U.S. Marines later that afternoon. The next day, the Evening Star reported that the instigators of the riot had been brought from Baltimore by the Know Nothings, an anti-immigrant political movement which promoted conspiracy theories about Roman Catholics, including that they were rigging elections. The Know Nothings and their allies had incited clashes like this across the country in the decades before the Civil War, with rioters attacking immigrant neighborhoods and sometimes burning churches in Philadelphia, Bath, Maine, St. Louis, Cincinnati, and Louisville. Know Nothing riots around the Baltimore election of 1856 killed over a dozen people, but helped them win the election. That same year in D.C., the Know Nothing mayoral candidate lost by less than 50 votes. So when the municipal elections of 1857 came around, the Know Nothings decided to avoid being beaten at the ballot box by beating others at the ballot box, and hired one of the gangs from the Baltimore riots to carry it out. As the rioting spread across D.C., 110 Marines led by Brigadier General Archibald Henderson set out from the Marine barracks to protect polling places throughout the city. In some cases, their presence alone was enough to enforce calm in the streets, until they encountered a group of rioters who had commandeered a small brass cannon near Mount Vernon Square. There, General Henderson de-escalated what could have been a catastrophic situation, placing himself in front of the renegade cannon and convincing the rioters to retreat. But they weren't out of trouble yet. As they were retreating, one of the rioters fired a revolver which hit a Marine. Other Marines promptly opened fire, killing several people, including multiple bystanders. By the end of the day, at least 6 people were dead, and scores more were wounded. The Know Nothings lost most of the races that day, and the violence hastened their demise as a political party. Election violence, too, largely disappeared from D.C. for a while. For more DC history, visit our Boundary Stones playlist and subscribe to WETA PBS on YouTube.